Ya tengo años que no hago un caldo de espinazo de puerco. ¡Vámonos! Espinazo is pork neck bones. Boil in water with onion and garlic, bay leaf and salt. Cover and let's cook for 1 hour. Now let's hydrate all the guajillo chiles in the broth. Add comino to a molcajete, pimienta negra, y 4 ajos. And you grind until you form this paste. And yes, it has to be done in the molcajete. 10 minutes later, transfer the chiles into the blender. And don't forget the onion. Now get some of that broth and add it to the molcajete. This way you scrape everything off. Transfer to the olla. Add some of that pork broth to the blender. Chicken bouillon. And I was forgetting the clavos de olor. And you pour. Beautiful. Give it a quick mix. I like to add some corn, potatoes, and carrots. And this is how my mom thickens her mole de olla. Flour and water. And you mix. And you mix until smooth. And you pour. Usually I put chayote, but I didn't have some, so I'm going to add calabacita. Now we let it cook for another 20 minutes. Serve. And the broth shouldn't be that thick or too thin. Sprinkle cebolla, cilantro, limon, y listo! And enjoy. Oh my God, this is so good. I'm gonna show you how to make the Mexican flat rice. I'm gonna be using 3 tablespoons of oil for 2 cups of rice. And immediately start mixing. Add garlic. We're gonna start with the color green, cilantro. The next color of the flag is white, and we're gonna be using onion. And lastly, the red with the tomato. Add to the rice, and you mix. 4 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. Cover and cook for 25 minutes. Beautiful! And it doesn't stick. Serve con una chuleta adobada. Y listo! And enjoy. Oh my God, it's so good. I'm going to show you how to buy nopales. When you see cracks like this, leave them alone. Try to get them nice and green and tender. There. All right, I'm back from the start. Let's start cooking. Pick it up with the fork from the stub and place it on a cutting board. And with the small knife, this is the fastest way I remove all the thorns. Cut the stub, and then we're going to cut all the edges. And in less than a minute, you're done. Beautiful! Transfer to a water bowl just to make sure it's extra clean. And this is the easiest way to remove all those little thorns. So you can put it back in the bag and everything is nice and neat. And you dice. After dicing, let's take them to the pot. You're gonna boil in water. Use the leftover of the onion and the cilantro stems. So don't throw them away because that's where all the flavor is at. Add some salt. Now let's cover and cook for 20 minutes. These are ready. Now let's turn it off. They should look like this. Now let's rinse so we can get all that babita out. Y listo! And tomorrow, stay tuned for breakfast. I'm going to show you how to make a momia de Guanajuato. Instead of a regular hot dog, I'm going to be using a Polish sausage. Make a slit right in the center. Now stuff it with cheese. Let's eat a tortilla de harina. Flip. Now let's prep. First layer is going to be beans. Place it right in the middle. And wrap just like a burrito. Now just wrap around from the top like a momia. And we finish wrapping just like this. Now let's put on a hot comal. 30 seconds and you flip. Make sure you fry all around. Y listo! And enjoy. My God, it's so good. I'm going to show you how to make huevos salgados in salsa tatemada. And for those of you that don't know what tatemada means, it's just simply char your vegetables. When I was a little girl, I remember my dad doing this breakfast for us. And when we didn't have tomates, my dad would always use a salsa de papa. And do not overblend. Leave some chunks, kind of like you had mashed it in a molcajete. Get a little bit of manteca, saute some onion, and make sure that you brown them until you get this color. So let me tell you something about my dad. My dad loves to help out, loves being in the kitchen with us. He helps my mom. And let me tell you something, his food is amazing. We always say that we need la mugrita de sus dedos for the food to taste really good, because whatever he makes, it's so good. And this dish was actually one of his signature dishes, los huevos salgados. And you call these huevos salgados because they're submerged in the salsa. Basically, they are drowned in salsa. You spread your tortilla tatemada with some avocado, a little bit of everything in your taco, y listo! And enjoy. Let's make chuletas adobadas. We're going to start by using our guajillo paste, and these are guajillos that I already blended. Garlic, and this is the fastest way I peel my garlic. Add some oregano, whole cumin, pimienta gorda, y pimienta negra, bay leaf, and white vinegar. And you mash until you create this paste. Transfer to the chile. Squeeze 1 orange, 1 whole lime juice, and you mix. Get some chuletas and add my favorite seasoning. Add to a bowl and add the adobo. Coat evenly and let's marinate for 2 hours. Now let's fry. 3 minutes and you flip. Serve with rice. Y listo! And enjoy. Oh my God, this is so good. I'm gonna show you how to make nopales and bean burrito. Let's dice some onion and tomato. Add some oil to a pan. Saute the onions first. Once you see this color, add the tomato. Let it cook for 1 minute. Now let's add the nopales. And if you don't want this, you could always remove it. And you mix. I'm using 8 eggs. And many of you ask me, why don't I just add the eggs one at a time? Because this way they're gonna cook evenly. Boil some tomatoes and chile de árbol. Now let's make the salsa. I'm gonna be using this onion, garlic, and chicken bouillon. And you blend. And you pour. Beautiful! Mix again, and now we're gonna let it simmer for 5 minutes. All right, this is ready. Now let's get the giant tortilla. 30 seconds and you flip. And if it bubbles like that, you're gonna get a visitor. Now let's make a burrito. First layer is beans, the nopales, cheese, crema, and some avocado. Add some avocado. Now let's make our burrito. Now let's put it back in the comal and you're gonna give it 30 seconds each side. Now always cut the burrito in an angle, just like this. Look how pretty! Y listo! And enjoy. I'm gonna show you how to make the perfect refried beans for your burrito. We're gonna start by melting manteca on a pan. Allow the lard to melt completely. Turn off the heat. Now be ready as you pour. You're gonna cover, and that way you don't have a mess. Turn the heat back on, and we're gonna allow this to simmer for 15 minutes. Now that it has boiled for 15 minutes, now we blend. And literally this took me 1 minute. This is the consistency that I want for my burritos, but if you want them a little runnier, you can give it another minute. First layer is beans. Now let's make our burrito. Now let's put it back in the comal and you're gonna give it 30 seconds each side. Now always cut the burrito in an angle, just like this. Look how pretty! Y listo! And enjoy.